Hello. Oh no, I forgot. Of course. Hi everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, how are you all going? I hope you're having a nice day. Hi Johnson. Hi Ria. Hi Ruloy. Hi Eliza. Hi Bear. Hi Inkuna. Hi Fontaine. Hi Millie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. Hope you're having a nice day. Can't believe I was 10 minutes too early and ending the stream again. One day I'll get you. It's probably yeah, it's I just been like starting a little bit later. Not for any like particular reason, just like coincidence, I guess. I should try and like start a bit earlier, but oh, what can you do? I find a welcome. Already got to go to bed to read my book, but I'll get back up and turn the computer back on for the tiny fairy. Yay, that makes me really happy actually. That makes me really happy. Um, this game rules. It does. Oh my gosh. It does. I can't stop thinking about it. I I love it. I can't get enough of Garage. I think it's among my favorite games, and I'm so excited to see where it's going. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I can't believe how well actually no, I can believe because this is honestly like the kind of game that like I really enjoy. Like I love stuff that has music like this. I love like the kind of like rusty, cobbled together environments that are so like diesel and mechanical and steam powered. I love the character designs. I love Carl Jung. It was pretty much guaranteed to be like a game that I would adore, but um I guess I wasn't expecting to like it to the degree that I did. Oh, maybe I was. I don't know. But I kind of realized that like it's one of those games that genuinely I think that I don't think that there's going to be like another game that like hits me quite this way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe something like Pathologic or The Void or some other strange indie games, or maybe there's games that are like yet to be released. Maybe there will be a new Garage Bad Dream. I know Lost Children is coming out, which is the new Onion game, which I'm extremely excited for. But anyway, I guess the point is that I feel like this is special and there's never going to be anything like this ever again. And I want to savor the time that I have with it. I also discovered that there are multiple endings. I don't know what the requirements to get the endings are, but I was kind of thinking that like if I end up enjoying it enough, I wouldn't mind going and getting like the other endings. Um I'm always like a little bit mixed on multiple endings because like it often means like replaying a game like multiple times from beginning to end, and I feel like especially if you do it like all at the if you replay a game, like you finish a game and like, oh yeah, okay, I've got to go get the multiple endings, so I've got to either replay it from the beginning or go and go from like a save somewhere. Um I feel like sometimes it can take away a little bit from your experience. Like you end up like burning out on it a little bit too much, which is why sometimes I don't prefer. But at the same time, I think like the ability to like choose and the knowledge that there is like different outcomes adds a lot of like tension to it. So I don't know if I'll go and play through all the endings or if it's something that I'll watch on YouTube, but I kind of want to. I kind of want to. I guess it depends on how much effort it is, you know? Um, what's the new graphic? Oh, you mean the CRT? It's a flat screen Toshiba CRT TV. for widescreen games. And then Hugo made the background graphic for my birthday. Rare Wednesday stream, let's go. I guess it is a Rare Wednesday stream. Hi, welcome. It definitely is a coincidence, but it's funny to me to act as if it's not. In a world made of tetanus, one man must achieve his destiny. Ah, imagine if the world was made of tetanus. That would be awesome. Love it when the fishing game is dressed up as a surreal point-and-click adventure. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's great. Somehow I feel this is going to lead towards a Harvester stream. Possibly. Possibly. I know the next game I'll stream will be Haunting Ground. I'm pretty sure I've got that locked in my brain. It shouldn't take me like too many days if you want to make it to the Haunting Ground streams. It's probably going to take me 2 streams. It could I don't know. It's Haunting Ground is like one of those games where the first times I played it, like it was pretty scary to me like the first time I went through it, so I found it like relatively tense. So I like make a little bit of progress and then I stop because it would get like a little bit too much for me. But when I like think about how long the game is, it's probably I could probably like fit it into 2 streams rather than 3. It's not very long. Sadly, I wish it was longer. um I've been enjoying going off to quickly do something only to come back to the stream and be like, what the heck is this? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I love I really am loving this game. Also, I made some more progress in the metaphor. It does like once you like stop being stuck in once you're not like stuck in the limbo of optional dungeons that you kind of maybe need to / want to do because it gives you experience and they're also kind of fun and they also sometimes carry like stuff that may progress like character quests and things like that. Um like once you get past that and there's just like a bunch of like cutscenes, you do realize that, oh wow, it kind of like flows. There's a story here and the story's like pretty fun and I'm enjoying it a lot. But then and then we're going to get stuck in another limbo. I think like one aspect is when I think back to Persona 3, I played a long time ago. When I think back to Persona 4 and maybe a little bit no, more Persona 4, um I basically like each month there was like the dungeon that you do. So you go to the TV world and you do your dungeon. You eat your vegetables. And then the rest of the time you're just like wandering around like doing social links and like leveling up your stats so you can do more social links and maybe like buying some equipment and stuff and then watching cutscenes. Persona 5 was more here's the main dungeon. Oh, by the way, also you need to don't forget about the the car dungeon. um reverse Tartarus. So you kind of had like 2 things to worry about. In Metaphor, you don't have to do the optional stuff, but it feels like you should do it. And you also kind of want to do it. And they're all really long. Each dungeon takes about an hour. And it really does like I think like in the previous month there was 4 optional dungeons that I went to, and each dungeon takes at minimum like an hour. Some of them took like 2 hours. So you're adding like probably 5 or 6 hours just of optional dungeon exploration, which when you think about it is like quite a bit of time. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I it is fun like now that the story is like progressing again. Neil, hi, welcome. The small one, the 4'10" one. I don't know why that amuses me so much. Mela, hi, good morning. Sorry, I've been like distracted. Uh, just talking about stuff. The Lexi Haunting Ground stream feels like an event. I will try to make it Haunting Ground streams. I hope you can. I know I'll try to announce it beforehand so that like if people want to come, then they can. Often I like to like keep my streams like a surprise so you don't really know what's happening, but I know that people want to come to the Haunting Ground one, so yeah. This isn't retro. It has a Discord. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ogon. Welcome. Blah, blah. Meep, meep. Dungeons? Too busy socializing. True though. True though. It's kind of like a weird tension. I like dungeon crawlers. Like I like games where the gameplay is just crawling through a dungeon. So it's funny to complain, but I think it's like the is that it like kind of if you're playing a dungeon crawler, then the pacing is the dungeon. Like that's what you um the dungeon is the thing that is like paced. Um whereas like when you it's just trickier to I was thinking about it earlier. Like thinking about something like Dragon Quest 8, for instance. I felt like in Dragon Quest 8, you kind of you do like explore the world, and there are things to find, but most of the time it is kind of like running from one town to another, and then when you get to the town, then there's like the kind of like micro story, and then there's a dungeon attached to the town, and then you go back and then you kind of just repeat it again and again and again. Um, I like SMT games and all of that. It's interesting to think about. I'm not really like complaining about it too much. It's just kind of like I don't know. I like thinking about things. I'm not upset about it. It's just fun to ponder. Ponder how decisions affect things. Hi Rose, hi. You absolutely should, not to mention that the side stuff is surprisingly good in Metaphor. I'd say it's surprisingly good as well. Um, I think it's like a problem with sometimes when the side content is too good. Um, because like it can be like, it can be too compelling to skip, but then it can get kind of exhausting if you do it all, you know? Um, I think that with the Yakuza games, the ways that I used to play them was that I do like a bunch of side stories until I got bored, and then I'd go and do the main story. And like if I miss out on some side stories, then that's fine. Um, Sometimes I'd have like side stories like pending and I'd be like, no, I just want to kind of like know what happens next. Um, but I think there's like an extra motivation in the case of Metaphor, which is that I want the experience. I want the experience so that my characters can be stronger and also so I can level up my archetypes more because there's so many archetypes and you kind of like want as many of them as you can. And then you need like more of the mag currency in order to like buy the skills and also unlock more of them. Um, so it's not just like in Yakuza where you kind of do the side stories because they're funny, and you want to. It's kind of like you do it because the dungeons are compelling and the side stories are kind of surprisingly good. Oh, and also you kind of need the experience just a little bit, possibly. Um, Unless you want to like go and grind, which I don't because I hate grinding usually. How do they say hi, Rose? Hi, Rose. When I was going through adding games to my backlog, including playtimes, I realized my max attention span to a game is about 40 to 45 hours. I have to accept I'll never finish Metaphor. I feel like with the Persona games at least, like they're pretty like compelling for like 60 to 70 hours. Persona 5 is like 100 and something. Persona 5 drags. Um, but I thought that 3, 4, and probably Metaphor. I'm kind of at like the 40 to 50 hour mark in Metaphor, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, if it wanted to like end now, I wouldn't be like super opposed to it. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like the story is like really close to having like a satisfying conclusion yet. So it needs to, and more stuff needs to happen, but we're definitely heading towards there. But yeah, no, I'd say I'd say 45 to 50 is probably close to, I think like the max that I can like honestly enjoy is about 60 to 70. Once it starts going over that point, I'm like, okay, I kind of want it to be over now. um did you see Amy Rose's Green now? Wait, what? No, I didn't. What? Hey, Amy Rose Green? Oh, did they go back to her classic design? Sorry, I was imagining I was imagining um I was imagining, oh no, she is in the Olympic poster, is that what it is? She looks like pretty cute in that picture, if that's the one we're talking about. Um Socializing and eating burger. Wait, was the previous but the first one of the stream? If so, then ignore mine. Was there two? Sorry, I get them mixed up. Blah, blah. Um, also beat all the rivals in Sonic Racing Crossworlds and unlock Super Sonic. Yeah, let's go! Let's go! That's so exciting. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I assume you enjoyed it? I do want the new Digimon game, but I am broke. I want it too. I think it looks good. I like Digimon. The side stories in the early Yakuza games are really hit or miss, especially like in 1 and 2. I find they get a lot better as the series progresses. I remember playing Yakuza 6 and being like, "Whoa, the side stories are all like actually like kind of cool stories, and not just like a couple of like I don't know, they didn't feel very throwaway at all. It was nice to see. Um, Digimon games really does feel like it took a lot from SMT, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, I think that's like part of what the appeal for the latest one is. It does feel very SMT inspired, although I think that's kind of a good thing. And like Digimon's always got like a Digimon does have a like uh evolution devolution kind of like principle built into it, where like sometimes Digimon get stronger and sometimes they get weaker and sometimes they die and you're very upset, but then they're reborn and they go in like a different direction. Like the unpredictability of Digimon was always like really exciting and compelling. um it's kind of a little bit like the feeling of not really knowing what demons you'll get in Demon Fusion. At least I was never able to know. Sometimes you could kind of like figure it out, but I was never very good at like knowing exactly which direction things would come in. Just kind of like get a bunch of demons and experiment and hope for the best. Hope that you get the cool things. Hi Lily, hi, welcome. Welcome. Hi, Metal Dear. I couldn't get into Metaphor because I could already see the bloat. I feel like bloat is like haunting most modern JRPGs, at least like a little bit. Um, I like them, but they a lot of games just have like too much stuff in them. Um, I'm a big fan of like games that have like a story that they want to tell, and then they tell the story and then they end. Um, I like it when they do that. I think that's like what made a lot of the earlier like Final Fantasy games, or just like JRPGs in general. Like they were, you kind of just like, you just went from town, then you talk to some people and some story happened, then you go to the dungeon, and then some story would happen, then you'd finish the dungeon, then you go to the next town and some story would happen. And you kind of just repeated the process until the game ended. Maybe they like throw in a mini game for variety's sake, but it's a different process to going to going to a town and then finding like a bunch of side quests, and then the side quests like take you to like every corner of the map and are all like more or less unrelated and kind of like wacky and goofy or their own thing. It's good. I love side quests, but um it has the potential to like blow at least when like JRPGs had like rubbish side quests, you could like confidently ignore them. Um at least I could confidently ignore them. I know Digimon stories have been kind of meh, but the new one, while not doing anything too special, don't feel goofy like the previous ones. That's awesome. Miss your soothing voice. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I missed you too. I missed you too. I've been having like a bit of a rough time, but I think like the past day or two, I've been feeling a little bit better maybe. Which is nice. Mm-hmm. Matt, hi, welcome. The Pocket Carside story in 6 made me tear up a little. Yeah, it was really good. I love the side stories in 6. I think like it might have my Zero's is obviously very good as well, but I I felt like there was fewer side stories in 6 and all of them were really good. I like the one about like I think it was like a phone or something like that had an AI on it, and it was maybe like trying to plot like the downfall of humanity. Um, I thought that one was really fun. I love the slot car side story. I love the one where you're like the little orange guy. That one was like silly. Oh, yeah, there's lots of cool ones. I love it. I love your Yakuza games. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I thought Cyber Sleuth was also similar to SMT. Yeah, yeah, they definitely take a bit of inspiration and also just kind of like naturally fits Digimon, I think. Yeah, I love SMT, so I meant it's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's definitely a good thing. Hi Splat, welcome. Big fan of games that end. Oh my gosh, yeah, me too. I like it when games end. I was saying, I kind of don't want Bad Dream Adventure to end, but also it is going to end. And knowing that it is going to end and I don't have that many hours, like relatively speaking, left, makes me like treasure them more. Whereas if I had like played Garage for like 10 or 15 hours and then it turns out that it had like another 20 hours of stuff to do, I'd be like, oh. I kind of don't want it to end like right now, but like in sometime in the future it would be nice to see the ending. You know. Personally don't think Metaphor was bloated at all. If anything goes, wish it was longer. It's definitely difficult to get the balance right. Yeah, it could go either way. Can we watch Garfield Halloween Adventure tonight? I feel like I've actually seen. I think I might have seen Garfield Halloween. Oh yeah, I have. I think I watched it when I was a kid. Um, I thought it was. I quite like the Garfield cartoons. Funnily enough. Um, 30 minutes in still on the start screen. Hell yeah, this is going to be a bang of Lexico stream. Sometimes you just end up like talking about stuff. Except when the level curve of the main game includes the XP you get from doing the side content. Yeah, yeah, that's like if the it's tricky because like if the I feel like if I was designing it myself, I would probably have like the XP requirements for the main story to I guess like another way you could do it was like keep the side stories should like feel rewarding on their own, not just for the experience points that you gain from them. So maybe like you get some cool equipment, but then the main reward is like seeing the characters and whatever you find along the way. Um Rather than it feeling like you need experience from. It's always like a tricky thing with JRPGs because they expect you to like fight a certain amount of enemies, but if you fight too many, then you end up over leveled and then everything's too easy. But if you don't fight enough, then like your attacks start to miss, and then you just get like and then you can't like survive the attacks that some of the enemies will put out. So it's a really tricky balance to get right. Sorry to hear that. Glad things are going better. I wish you the best. Thank you. I hope things are going okay for you too. We love Lexi Chang streams. Yay! Speaking of which, the character designer for Cyber Sleuth worked on Devil Survivor. Yes, and I love their character designs. I love Devil Survivor character designs. Um, I really think they're iconic. Boo, boo. Thank you for lurking, Real. Hi, Francis. Welcome. At this point, I almost wish they yoinked the press turn system too. Oh, for Digimon. I feel like that would make them a little bit too similar. Mind you, I actually haven't played the latest one, but I feel like press turn is like too iconic. I'd love to see them like the games that like maybe like do exploiting weakness the best in JRPGs are um oh, Final Fantasy X actually did it quite good because like Waka could hit flying enemies and Auron could hit like enemies that had like a really hard shell, and then Tidus could hit like ground enemies that were like speedy, and then Lulu was kind of like for elemental enemies and you hit them with like the opposite. So that was a really fun weakness system, especially like when you're swapping characters around. But I think like SMT and Pokemon both do weakness exploitations really in a really fun way. They also do buffs and debuffs in a really fun way. Um like buffs are so powerful in SMT. Um it's fun hitting a weakness in SMT and it's fun hitting in Pokemon as well. Because like you can if your team is like too one dimensional in Pokemon, then you can just kind of get killed by a really powerful um Pokemon of the other element. It's interesting when there's so many and they all have like um different like levels of resistance and weakness to different elements, and yeah, it's fun. I'm trying to think of like other JRPGs that strike me as like having good weakness exploitation, but I can't really like think of it. I remember like trying to hit weaknesses in Bravely Default and just kind of like maybe giving up a little bit because it was like, oh, I don't know, I can try and like figure it out and remember like all of their weaknesses, or I can just like hit them really hard and they die anyway. So um I don't know. Um how are you? Spoopy Monk is upon us again. I've been not that great lately, but I am happy that it is Spoopy month, and I have been having a good couple of days. Not just Cyber Sleuth, they did the Digimon designs for Digimon World Redigitized. Wait, what was that one? Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the 3DS and PSP game. Mm. I want to play that one day. I never played it because it didn't get localized. Didn't get localized, so I was like, oh, um, but it does have an English patch, so I should get around to it sometime. One thing JRPGs can fuck with is throwing bosses at you that are immune to debuffs and status ailments. Yeah, I don't like it either. It feels like it's one of those things. Like you get so used to um you get so used to like enemies not being like totally immune to status effects that is kind of like, well, I could try to poison them, or I could just like hit them hard and it will probably it would be great to have a game. The only one I can think of is Etrian Odyssey has really good use of status effects that also like affect bosses and can cripple them in like horrifying ways, which is really fun. But it's difficult to balance. Hey Liz, welcome. I hate that the one time they be useless. The useful, they're useless. Yeah, status effects are like better on like long fights, and then you get to a boss which is a long fight, and then oh, they're immune to all status effects. Oopsie. At least in like just because I'm playing at the moment, Metaphor, like you could there's not too many opportunities to like afflict a status effect on an enemy, but when you do get the chance, especially when like I've been affecting a lot of enemies with burn, and you definitely like notice that you whoa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifts of Taliza. Thank you. The best weakness exploit system in Monster Hunter Stories because it's literal rock paper scissors. I think the Monster Hunter Stories like weakness system is actually really fun as well. Even if it is just like rock paper scissors, like when it's like kind of boiled down to that, you think, oh yeah, that's a bit too basic. But when you actually get into it, like trying to figure out like what the enemy is going to do, it gets like it's kind of like a fun puzzle to figure out at times. Um, SMT is half guilty of this. Debuffs work, but not all statuses do. Yeah, debuffs in SMT are like life-changing, life-saving. They make things so much better. You really notice like buffs and debuffs. It's great to see them so effective. It is a little bit of a shame that maybe like the like 8 to 10 status ailments that are there to affect the party don't work on bosses, but I guess what can you do? The Trail series is good for that actually. They communicate immunities quite well. And when something can work, it does a lot, stats up, down, especially. I'll need to get back into the Trails series. I have been thinking of like replaying Trails in the Sky since it got the remake. I actually think that East does it. Although it is kind of a well. Red, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifts up to Liz. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Um I think it was East 8. East 8 like has a bunch of like it has Crush, it has like Slash, and it has Pierce, and like different enemies are strong against or weak against like certain statuses, certain like attack types. So you're constantly like switching. That's quite fun as well. Valkyrie Elysium ironically also kind of did it, where like if you're exploiting the enemy weaknesses, then you feel like you're unstoppable even on the hardest difficulty. Like you're some kind of a heavenly Valkyrie. But if you're not exploiting the weaknesses, then you kind of just get like dead. It's a fun like power dynamic of feeling like absolute unstoppable power, and then feeling powerless and helpless in other situations. Still in SFT without buffs. Oof. Unlimited boss ads. Oof. Hi Mola, welcome. Trails in the Sky remake is really good so far. I want to play it. It's been such a long time since I played Trails in the Sky. I mentioned it before. It's one of like at the time I wasn't really finishing my video games. Like I was buying a lot and I was playing a lot of games, but I'd like play like I don't know, a third, a half, maybe sometimes even like 75% of the game, and then just stop and then go play something else and then be like, oh yeah, I'll come back. And then I'd come back and then it's like, oh, I kind of have lost the flow. I don't feel like it anymore. Let's go play something different. Trails in the Sky was an exception at the time because even though I was a little bit cold on it initially, it was eventually like something that I basically played over a period of like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 weeks and finished it in like 40 hours, and then I couldn't stop the entire time. I was really immersed by it. But then I got to the end and um I don't think it's too. Oh, it's a kind of an old game. It ends on a slight cliffhanger, and then there was no announcement of. Um, they basically said, yeah, Trails in the Sky second chapter is like too long. It's got too much writing. We're not going to localize it. Sorry about that. And then eventually, when they did localize it, after like they crushed me by saying that like it was never coming, and then they were like, oh yeah, sorry, no physical, digital only. We can't afford a physical release, but if you want to play, it's on PC and PSP. You can get it digitally, and I didn't want to do that, so I think some of like the positive feelings I have about Trails in the Sky first chapter like faded because of the disappointment over the fact that I was probably never going to get to play the sequel, or was never going to get like the version of the sequel that I wanted. And then I kind of like moved on. So I guess like with Trails in the Sky first chapter, it's kind of a good opportunity to to go back and revisit it and see how um see, and then maybe like eventually play the second chapter when it gets the remake treatment. Like knowing that that's in the on the cards is kind of like, oh yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Um this is also a game I wish I could play. I love Trails in the Sky so much. It's part of my childhood. Trails in the Sky is one of my favorites. Sadly can't say the same for the rest of the series. I tried to get into Trails of Cold Steel and I couldn't, but I don't know. I'll definitely have to. I'll definitely like try to get into the Trails of series again. Trails from Zero went a bit too hard with making ailments good. One character has a skill that does low damage in a wild area with a 100% chance of blind, and almost every human boss is susceptible to blind. And you're a cop trying to stop a mafia for the bulk of the game. It's a bit too good. That does sound really good. I feel like the fact that in Trails from Zero that you play as like a cop, that's kind of fun and compelling just because like crime based like JRPGs is a fun concept to explore. Um I've been good because they became a mod last night. Congratulations. Congratulations, I'm happy for you. I heard the whole thing of having to call in multiple faves to get my hands on one of the few PS5 copies in Australia. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. I'm sure there'll be like more copies eventually, but they really are like making certain games like extremely limited, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I still haven't gotten a copy of Trails in the Sky remake yet. And I don't think it's going to get cheaper either. At least like not if you want the physical copy. I think it's going to remain like a pretty costly game. JRPGs can go crazy in terms of price. Cried my eyes off when I realized they were not releasing Trail's second chapter in English. Oh, I know. I know. It was honestly like devastating to me because like I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. I really had a lot of fun with it. I liked the characters. They were really fun. But then finding out that, oh yeah, oops, sorry, they're not, it's too many words, we can't translate, it's not profitable enough. Sorry about that. I was just like, well, what was the point? Um, what was the point? But it would be nice to get the chance to play. Hey Turtles, hi Audioplex, welcome. Guess we should probably start the game sometime. The boat. The boat. Lou had a boat. Lou was a good girl. She was always running around and giving off a light sound. I wonder how she's doing now. I used to see her with Viz, the Sayru apartment manager, but she's old too. You might be able to meet her at the Ego Clinic. Huh. Okay, well we can try going over there. Oh, this is too much gameplay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can go back to just chatting if you like. Our gameplay's too intense. I kind of want to like talk her to. Wait, we'll come back to him. They said something about finding her at the ego clinic, and we haven't been here in a very long time, so. I guess we could have a look-see. Oh, hello. Boat? Oh, you want to see Lou? There's always something wrong with her. You should take the music box with you. This is another one of my favorite songs. The rooms on the left of the turntable are the patient rooms. Only special machines are admitted there. That place is none of our concern. Oh, okay. You won't have to work if you're admitted in there. Who, me? I thought it would be nice to come and chill once in a while. It was a long 9 years to get second chapter and like 20 to get part 3 in English. No! It's such a sad feeling. Lou, you want to visit her room, huh? But I can't let you. I'm not allowed to let unauthorized people into her room. But I might find a way. Do you know a crab eater? It's a strong pulling frog. You must be upgraded to stage 2 to catch one. I heard you can catch it at the fishing spot at the back of Fukujiu apartments, but it's pretty rare. I'll let you see Lou if you bring it here. Here's the fishing info and the crab eaters. I'll give it to you, so please bring one to me. Yes! Crab eater. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Maybe in... Oh, fishing info. Hook forward to number 8, crab imitator, demon crab. Okay. Speaking of, if you do end up playing the old versions of the Trail games on PC, you can mod the Japanese voice actors into them. Oh, that's nice. I want to just go through this information again. Milky fuel. Do you see the red and blue linear gauges on your body? The blue one is the fuel gauge. We get milky fuel from female machines because we male machines can't make milky fuel. Female machines can consume crabs and frogs and change them into milky fuel. Our stomach is an air tank, but their stomach is a milky fuel maker. You can fuel yourself by going to the milky fuel station. One of the features of us male machines is that we have higher power output. We have a large motor and good at fishing, and high in mobility. Our head is the fuel tank, and our stomach is an air tank for storing compressed air. Compressed air is made by the compressor linked to the motor. Various parts of the body except the bogie and output shaft are driven by compressed air. Since we can't make milky fuel ourselves, our travel range is limited. An organ unique to male machines, you can activate a lift or a boat by using this organ, but its most important usage is to stir the stomach of that phrasing is something. Stir the stomach of a female machine. It's necessary in making milky fuel. The biggest feature of the female machine is that they can make milky fuel by consuming crabs and frogs. Their large stomach is the milky fuel maker, and the produced milky fuel is stored in their breasts. Oh, they're just saying the stored milky fuel can be used as fuel by itself or pumped to a male machine through the fueling pipes. The residue after producing milky fuel is disposed as sewage. Oh, that's where the... Okay. So all life seems in this world seems to like come from sewage, and sewage is the leftover residue from milky fuel. The head is an air tank, however they're not fit for doing jobs that are quite high power because the motor is smaller in general. Okay, it was good to have a refresher on all of this. I'm going to workies, so I'll head off soon. Have a good Robo-Booba adventure. I might feel that just because it made me laugh. This game looks so cool. Also, I hope you have a great day at work, Laura. Thank you. This game looks so cool. Love the love the organ, yeah. Delicious fuel. Yeah, thanks for the lore. Yep, of course, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Anytime. Right, Esther, welcome. Once again, I do apologize if I forget someone's message or forget to react to something. I've been having like a rough time lately, so... Did you find out where your shadow is? So Psyche told you. I see. Good for you for now. I think there was a way to get over here, but I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been like an entire day. You can't expect me to remember this stuff. If we go in here, we can see the second and third floor of the map. Yeah, so we do have to go to the Seiryu apartment. Okay. Okay, good to know. I hope the humidity's nice and getting to you with it being spring now. I know it's been a bit hectic for me with no aircon. It's been like okay so far, but I hate summer. I hate being hot. If I could have like winter all year round, I would probably be happy. I've actually like, I feel like if I had like unlimited money, I would probably like move around just so I can like be constantly experiencing, like I'd have a home somewhere in Australia and then a home somewhere in maybe like Europe or something. And then swap between the two, so it's like always winter. I think that would be nice. Always forget the... Oh, no, it might be this way actually. What's the protagonist name? Skullbot person. This game is something interesting, but something I don't know what their name is. I think they're us. Also, I don't really, I don't really pay attention to people's names, unfortunately. So I'm probably like the worst person to ask. I'm really, really, really bad at names. It's a little bit of a problem. Yes. I very much agree. I miss the snow a lot. I've never seen snow in my entire life and I really want to see it. I've kind of been thinking about like traveling overseas like one day, and I really want to go in the winter and I really want to see snow. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Was it frog imitator? We should move to Scandinavia. We have all 4 seasons and moderate summers. That does sound really nice. That sounds really nice. Yeah, Australian summers are very, very hot and not at all pleasant. The only thing is that I don't really have like anywhere I can walk at my current location, so I guess in one sense like summer is like slightly less of a problem because I don't have to technically go outside. It's awful like when you have to walk somewhere in summer and it's like you just like melt in the heat. But then again, like even streaming becomes unpleasant. Although we do have air conditioning. So if we get desperate we can. But I don't know, it's just not fun. I hate being sweaty. Sweaty is awful. Summer is just an awful season. I also like winter clothing like a lot more. Like I feel much more comfortable in winter clothes. So if I never had to wear like summer clothes ever, that would make me really happy. If I could have winter without the seasonal depression, that'd be perfect. I'm depressed all the time, so it doesn't affect me. That sounds dreadful to me. I hate the cold so much. My fingers hurt from the cold while I'm at my PC. I kind of don't mind, my fingers hurt as well, but I would happily have hurty cold fingers, if it means that I can be in winter permanently. Can't imagine peeps who live where there's only 2 seasons, half year or dry season. Oh, that would be awful. Although to be fair, like where I currently live, it does feel like half the year is dry season anyway. It's not quite like dry and wet season, but it's been such a long time since it's rained. It's something that like I'm pretty sure that in Europe and UK they get rain like pretty regularly. It's just not something that like it's not something you get to experience like frequently in Australia. Rain feels like one of the greatest like blessings. The world like changes when it rains. It's beautiful. Not hot season and less hot season. Yeah. having like 2 hot seasons. Maybe I just like move to Antarctica or somewhere. Move to Antarctica, move to like Northern Europe. Or like Greenland or somewhere. That would be kind of nice. If none mentions it's possible, they just don't have a name. A couple of games don't actually call or mention the protagonists by name. Yeah. Hey Scarrick, welcome. Envy you for not having to deal with snow. I don't, because I've never seen snow in my entire life and I think that I would like it. I love being inconvenienced. I love being rained on. I love when the wind is so strong that like you can't breathe. I think that's really fun to experience. Whenever I get to like experience like any kind of cold weather, I really enjoy it. Even if it's like physically a little bit painful. I love getting to like go into a really cold freezer. It's fun. It's sensory hell being sweaty. Yeah, it's awful. What do you mean I missed it? What do you mean? What do you mean? 2 years ago, we had an amazing cold snap in February below 35°, 5 days straight. That's so cool! That's so cool. I would love to experience that. I would love to experience that. One drug, no! Winter for clothing is the best fashion. It's so real. It's so real. It really is. Winter clothing is the best. You can have seasonal affective disorder and regular depression at the same time. Double depression, yiffy! I was mostly making a joke though. Emphasis depressive disorder. It's called double depression, which is so funny for me for some reason. Double depression! Let's go. We had a drought this summer, so it depends if you get rain, really. Apparently we're meant to have a really wet summer in Australia, fingers crossed. I hope so. I hope so. It's been like such a long time since it's rained. It's fall for me at the moment, beginning of fall. I'd also love to get like to experience the kind of like northern hemisphere or like Tasmania-esque like autumn weather. We don't really have like a lot of deciduous trees, so autumn for me just feels like it feels like summer again. Autumn feels like summer, except like it starts to get like a tiny bit colder occasionally. Spring feels a little bit like winter, except it's starts to get hotter and hotter. It's not very fun. Autumn and spring weather is no, it's not very enjoyable. I really do like the rain as well. Yeah. Hi, Scarrick. Hi. Wings up. Glasses off. Oh, my glasses. I'm in Maxian depression. Flip-flapping my albatross wings. A wet summer would make me really happy. Me too. Thanks to climate change, autumn is like 1 month now in Australia. Yay! Yay! No, it's real. It's real. Autumn is just like summer. Autumn is just summer. Autumn is just summer, except eventually like it starts to get a bit colder. I have some friends in Tas, and I'm hoping to visit there eventually. They're in New Zealand. I'd love to go to Tasmania or New Zealand. Tasmania is probably like not too inaccessible for me. I'd really like to buy a camera as well. I used to be like a really good photographer, but the camera that I have is extremely old now. Extremely old. Oh. So it's not really like usable for— What do you mean I missed it? What do you mean I missed it? Yay, crab eater, let's go! Let's go. It was August temperatures here the other day in October. I guess that depends on wait, are you in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere? We've got people from both hemispheres, so it gets confusing kind of trying to keep track keep track of everything. I was gonna get a Nikon, but the shutter ended up having a mechanical issue. Oh no! I think the one that I concluded was best for like the price range was probably a Canon. But it's still like pretty it's pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive. I guess I could like add it to the throne and then like make my own contributions or something. But it seems like too expensive to like expect anyone to contribute to. Like it feels like the kind of thing where we would never get to. No! What do you mean missed? And oh, so the summer temperatures are sticking around a bit longer. It feels really bad. Feels really bad. Hi Sana, good morning. I always say that if you plan to buy something with optional lenses, pick your ecosystem very carefully because Canon and Nikon are kind of a trap. Like once you have the body and a few lenses, if you start to notice the stuff you want is too expensive in your brand, good luck to you. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, the lenses are the expensive thing. The body is kind of like whatever, but then again, when I had my previous camera, I basically just stuck with the same lenses. No, I don't want to lose the bait. What alternatives are there? I know there's Sony still makes good cameras. But yeah, Sony and Nikon are very spenny. I used a Fujifilm one, which is still a limited ecosystem, but significantly cheaper and very innovative. That would be a really good option. I fixed my sleeping schedule by accident due to getting a food coma from making richer pizza. That's really funny. That's really funny. I guess that's the way to do it. I'm actually not sure what I'm doing at the moment. I mean, I've got the frog eaters, but I just want to gotta fish. Gotta fish. Like, the thing is, the more time I spend fishing, the longer I get to play this game for, so really, it's good that I'm just fishing. Let's try like a different, I think Hook 100 is too difficult for me. Like I don't have enough power. See what we get. I guess we could put a crab eater on a hook and see what happens. See what happens? Probably nothing. Oh! It might be too big for me. Oh, we already have those though. What if we do this on a hook? What if we put this on the hook? No. Horned frog. That reminds me, I bought an air fryer today and I haven't made dinner yet. Do you know what I'll make yet though? Oh, I hope you can make something fun. An air fryer does sound like a good time. The more time you spend fishing, the more time it takes to get to the Haunting Ground stream. This is the perfect plan. It's true. It's true. I am still thinking about like whether I go out of my way to get like the extra endings. I'm kind of a person where I'm usually just like happy to experience something the one time. Like often I'll go back to a game years later. It's a little bit difficult though if like the extra endings are locked behind like New Game Plus or something. Like a lot of the Silent Hill games do that where you can only get an ending if you've already played the game like one time. But then usually like by the time I end up returning, I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to like try it. I kind of just want to like start from scratch again. I'm not someone who can like play a game and then typically I'm not someone who can like play a game and then be like, oh yeah, that was so good, I want to play it again. I want to play it like again immediately. It would be kind of fun to experience what that's like though, because so much better than heating up the oven. Air fryers are so good for snacks as well. Oh, you're making me feel like I want to get one. I just realized I bought salt and pepper squid, but I didn't check if I had an air fryer setting for it. Oh, you can usually Google for good air fryer settings for different food. Just at least can't burn the house down. I think the one time I had that was Symphony of the Night. I'm trying to think if there's ever been a game that I finished and then immediately was like, oh, I need to play that again. Baroque, maybe? Maybe Baroque, but Baroque is kind of... Baroque is a roguelike, so you're kind of like always playing it from the start, you know? And in the case of Baroque, it was more because I like wanted to understand the story more, and I didn't actually end up like playing all the way through again. Oops. Surely I've played like so many video games. Surely there's at least like one that I've like played and then it gone, oh yeah, I want to play that like again immediately. It has to be one. I can't think of anything though. I can think of games that I've like played a second time, but it's usually like months or years later, not like straight afterwards. I remember like playing Final Fantasy Type 0 and really enjoying it and enjoying the story, and then it turns out like there's even more story like in New Game Plus, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Shame I'll never get to experience it because I'll never replay it. Or if I do replay, I was actually thinking about Final Fantasy Type 0 today. I suppose that's why I'm bringing it up now. And I would really like to replay that and see like the extra story stuff in New Game Plus, but I think I've lost my save game, so I need to play it through again, not on New Game Plus first. And then I don't think by the time I get all the way through I'd be up for it. Yeah, I can't really think of something that was like so good that I immediately like wanted to replay it ever. which is, it's kind of funny to think about, considering how many games I've played. This is just an oldie air fryer that cost me $50. If it doesn't work, that's not even half another one. I can take it. Oldie stuff is often like quite good. I think like I've never had like too many bad experiences with them. I want an air fryer, but I can't really justify it while having an oven. I could probably justify it from the perspective of no ego. It being like more convenient, and convenience is important. I made nachos in the air fryer yesterday, put in some tin foil in the corn chips with cheese, salsa and other heatable toppings, 180 for 9 minutes, then lift out the tin foil with your nachos on it. Oh, that's awesome! I think the only game I've played through again and finished twice in one sitting is Bastion. I need to finish Bastion. Bastion's basically a retro game now anyway. It's basically a retro game. Would it be a good Kickstarter game? Probably. I like that company. I quite like Transistor. I actually have a figure for Red from Transistor. Facebook mums are a national treasure. Who needs stupid influencers or paywalled review sites when just a bunch of talk shop ladies have? I'm more than willing to tell you what they think. Oh, yeah, of course. We're talking, assuming like they're talking about air fry recipes. And not like their opinions about like the latest TV shows or something. Because I'm sure they'd like willingly share those things as well. I need an air fryer. You're the only person I've ever heard talk about Type Zero, really? I really liked it. I know a lot of people didn't. I found the story very interesting and very depressing positive. But I really liked the kind of like anti-war themes to it as well. And how it dealt with like the nature of like losing friends and people in wartime. And also the like a lot it's a trope in JRPGs to have like the party of characters be like high schoolers, right? Like that's a pretty common thing, but it hits harder when it's like a war, when it's like a war story, and then it's like about a school that like sends their students off to fight like their battles against like the evil empire or whatever, and then they die in like horrible, gruesome, graphic ways. And then the kind of like a way that tied into real history, I thought that was really effective. It's been a while since I've played it, so I could actually like stream the PSP version, because I played the PlayStation 4 remake of it. Remake / HD remaster. It's a little bit of both. But I was curious about the PSP version. I did this in the oven, but I'd work fine in an air fryer, I think. But I used to get like a cooker bowl of chips, and then I put the bowl, I'd lay them. Season with spicy stuff, sprinkle mozzarella and pizza cheese, then I'd lay more chips and more chips. Basically get like 3 layers of sin. That sounds like devastatingly powerful. I'm sure that all they talk about is the block these days. The last time I checked on Facebook, the mums were just sharing AI memes. No! I did quite like the meme about the AI generated meme about like the lady with the rock smashing the glass bridge, but the only reason it was like entertaining was because apparently like a bunch of old people on Facebook were like really excited and proud of the dog for saving like the little girl. So it kind of like transformed it via the it wasn't like it wasn't that the meme was like interesting in any way. It was the fact that people's reaction to it was so funny. And then you start like seeing variations. But I hate AI content. And want it to die, so yeah. more minions. A red statue, that's sick. Yeah. I mean, welcome. Stop gurgling. Gurgle louder. I only knew about the PSP version. I have the collector's edition for the PS4 version. I really like it. I really like it. I've seen multiple AI minions, so the worst of both worlds. Oh no, that is the worst of both worlds. That's awful. That's actually dreadful. AI chatbots are fun to torture. Boom is falling for the most obviously fake video. That's what made it so funny. It was the reaction of people around it that made it so amusing. AI is depressing. Been a hot minute. Hope you've been well. I've been not that good, but I've been having like maybe 2 days that have been a little bit better, so you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm happy. I'm happy if I can have 2 days that are good days. Have it, don't you? Come and give it to me. This is it. No, Ryuko will. Oh, it's nothing. Follow me. He just wants to impress Reiko. I saw you were playing Drakengard recently. How did you find that? Oh, I loved it. I really loved it. I really loved Drakengard. I thought it was beautiful. Could probably like take or leave the, I don't know. The gameplay of Drakengard is weird because it's like it's weirdly addictive. It's weirdly addictive, but I can't say that I particularly liked it. Although I love the flying. I love the actual like flying missions. Because it reminded me of Ace Combat. The ground combat like very much depends on if you have like a good weapon, it's fun. If you don't have a good weapon, it's not very fun. And it's not always obvious on like how to get. It's not always obvious if you're just like playing through the game on how to get all of the where all of the weapons are. And I kind of made like a decision that I wasn't going to like worry about getting all of them because that sounded like too much work and the ending wasn't really worth it to me. Plus I'd already seen it. And also played through Drakengard 3 and gotten the final ending of that, so I didn't feel like I really needed the challenge of that ending either. But then I got like towards the final missions and my sword was like a piece of poo-poo. Just couldn't kill anything like effectively, and all of the enemies were so annoying. So I had to like grind off stream to like try and get a couple of really good weapons and then level them all the way up, and then after that point it became like a lot more fun. But it's a pretty difficult game. It's not easy. Positive. I like the level of challenge. But the level of challenge combined with the jankiness and also like the slight imbalance with it kind of like depending on whether you get like a good weapon or not, you know? And it's interesting. I love the story though. It is a direct threat to my job in theory. I saw stuff in the news even, and I thought, yeah, sure, try that and let me know how it goes. Yeah, I not to talk about it like too much, but yeah, AI is evil, and I kind of want it to die. I find it really monotonous. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Oravite. Hi, welcome. I find it really monotonous. I found it monotonous as well, but I also kind of couldn't stop playing it. At least like to like a certain degree. I didn't get like totally addicted to the murder, but I always found it like compelling enough that I like wanted to see where it was going, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it's satisfying in a very simplistic kind of way. It was monotonous and boring, but then maybe that was kind of like a point to the, I don't know. It's interesting. I definitely like say that it's become one of my favorite games. I somehow ended on like number 13 in retro achievements murder charts. I should play it some more and get it up in that top 10. That would be really impressive, to be honest. Attack, attack, finisher, attack, tag, finisher. True. True. The more I played it, the more I understood. Love this lovely talk among the weird ambience of stomach growling. It's great, isn't it? Most of the weapons are pointless to have anyway. Yeah, that was the problem. Like, I was finding a bunch of weapons and they all felt bad to use. But then by the time I got towards like the end of the game, the one weapon that like felt okay to use wasn't strong enough. So then I had to like do some research and like try and figure out where the most powerful weapons that were the least annoying to get were located, and then I leveled them up, and then it got a lot better. The grind to level them up isn't worth it. There's earlier weapons that can just take you to the end anyway. Ever since Sora 2, I never trust anything on the internet. Wait, what's Sora 2? I feel like I saw something about that. I'm guessing this isn't Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Oh, what the heck? Oh, is it? Oh no, it's a video. An AI video generation app. Oh, what the heck? No, please, no. We don't need this. We don't need this. Exactly why I max them all out, because fuck it, the game is Manhara, so let's embrace the madness. Very true. Very true. Thank you for the hydrate. I've been talking a lot, so I need hydration. Thou shalt make a machine in the image of man. All this talk about replaying games reminds me that I kind of want to replay God Eater at some point. I really should play God Eater. When I was really collecting for the PSP, God Eater was one of the games that I really wanted to get into. I still haven't bought it. I need to buy it one day. And then I bought God Eater 2 for the Vita, which included like a digital download code for the first game, but then I felt kind of bad because I was like, oh, but then I don't have like a physical copy, and like at the time it was like really important to me. Yeah. Sora was too good. We got Sora 2. I'm disappointed that Sora has no connection to Kingdom Hearts. That's probably like the most disappointing thing to learn tonight. Sora 2 is a new video AI model that's extremely realistic. Yay! Yay! More AI slop to melt people's brains. Yay! So good. Who needs like humans being creative when you can just like type a prompt into it and like, oh, it's like a tiger from Winnie the Pooh fighting Mike Tyson in a boxing match. Wow, that's so like goofy and random. I'm actually someone that likes random humor, but random humor is only funny because humans make it. Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? No point getting depressed about it. Also glasses. Thank you for the glasses. Did I press the right one? No. I always get it wrong. I always get them wrong. Reddit post. Mother-in-law saw this while scrolling TikTok in the car and had a breakdown because of how much it accepts her world's fakest AI video. No. Unfortunately, realistic situation. Sora made me go. Sora make me content to go super viral while I deserve him to much. it's not a good thing. It's an extremely bad thing. It's extremely bad, and I feel like people aren't disliking it enough almost. Like I kind of, you know how like the word slop has been like started to be thrown around a lot more, like people have like just attaching like the slop to a word, like, oh, parry slop, oh, it's a, oh no, not more parry slop video games, oh, not more like from slop games, not more boob slop. I don't know. But I kind of like hate the word slop being used to like describe things. I think it's like such it's such like dismissive language. It's such dismissive language, like you don't like something, so oh, just call it slop. But I think the one justification for the use of the word slop is anything to do with AI. I fully support calling anything made by AI slop. Slop is maybe like even too generous. Like especially like calling pieces of art and creativity where people have like poured hundreds of their hours into, calling that like slop. Silk slop. It works especially well. There's so many words that like begin with S, so there's lots of potential like uses of the word slop. It is kind of like a funny meme as well, but I feel like the existence of AI, which is like truly like trash content, is far more worthy of the usage of the word. Where are we up to? You need human slop when we can have AI slop. I need to ask if anyone has been able to figure out what the baby thing from Nintendo is about. I think it might be Pikmin. Only because like I heard someone mention that it was Pikmin, but also if you like look at the way that the objects are floating in the video, it kind of looks like a bunch of Pikmin are like carrying them. Even when it's like the dummy, like the dummy for the little toddler, like the dummy like vibrates when it's probably like some Olimar or one of the characters like throwing a bunch of Pikmin at the dummy that's causing it to like to vibrate, and then they go pick it up. That's my guess at least. Can I link the post? That's so funny. Oh, you might have to share it in Discord. You might have to share it in Discord. I think slop is probably my least favorite word though to come out in like the last year or so. I really hate it. I feel like the God Eater version they have for PC, but it's the only one that had the third part of the story. They gave it additional mechanics, but also came to bullet mechanics in the first game. Oh, interesting. Friend slop is one I've heard a lot. Oh yeah, like describing games like what is it? I don't know. Peak, that's one that's people been playing, like calling Peak something like Peak friend slop. I don't think, what do people not have friends to play the friend slop with? I despise AI. Me too. Slop is when I'm cooking, just throw stuff together. What about calling AI bots clankers? I think that's fine. And I think, unless clankers mean something that I'm not aware of, but calling them clankers doesn't even like sound insulting enough, to be honest. I use slop for things overused and oversaturated like AI content or Souls-like games. I don't like using it for the second purpose. I just call them idiots. Slop is what content farms make. I say wonderful things like, hey bot, how do I lactate into this game, but then they break? That is quite funny. Bullet customization was so fun in the original, and Burst can make firework display, shut the Koran walls, turn into a mine, stationary pod, or make a useless fireworks display. I remember it being like a really cool advertised feature of God Eater, and it was definitely something I was very intrigued by. There is a significant amount of people that do not have friends. Yeah, I mean, I probably don't have too many people to play it with. I just think it's, I don't like the use of the word personally. Games aren't stop unless it's something you find in the App Store that's a blatant reskin of something else that's generic as hell and may not have been made by a human being. Yeah, I think it's like if they're seriously going to be using it. I need to use some ego recovering liquid just so I don't accidentally run out. Oops. We should call robot clinkers. I fully support that. Do we really need to roleplay using racial slurs? Is it a racial slur? That's why I asked about it. I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe let's change topic. Some people use that word to simulate racism. I don't like it. Oh, if that's the case, then yeah, I don't support the use of that word. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Souls like indies at least have some kind of effort, unlike roguelites or survival-likes. Let's keep going. Let me introduce them to you. In the nearest room is Doku, in the middle room is Bem, and Lou's room is the far end of the hallway. Oh. I want to talk to them again. I love the sound. So it's like some kind of interesting. Oh. Okay. I like that he's like, run away, run away. I think I've like shown I think I've shown this before. Wait, let me see if I can find it. that reminds me of the way that I was taught sex education in school. They had like a picture of two robots. They had like a picture. Wait, let me see if I did this drawing before. I guess I could do the drawing again. No, where'd it go? I definitely saw it the other day because I was like, oh. Oh, it's here. It's here. This is how babies are made. This is how babies are made. This is how I was taught about it at school. Right. Let me show you. Let me show you. Unfortunately, strangely enough, it is very reminiscent of, oh no, now my Windows Explorer isn't responding. That's great. That's wonderful. Okay, now we're fine. Please don't crash. Yeah. that's how babies made according to the book that taught me about sex education. They basically like explained it by like the girl robot has like a hole, and the boy robot has like a punchy fist, and then the boy robot like uses the punchy fist on like a spring, and puts it into the hole of the girl robot, and that's how baby is made. that's how baby was made. Very, very similar to what we just saw in Garage, ironically. Um, Hailey, hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How did you get sex education from two robots? What do you mean? Do you not feel educated? This is how babies are made. This is how babies are made. What's wrong with this illustration? I think it's perfect, to be honest. I think it's perfect. What year were you in when you got this robot sex education? I feel like there's no good answer. I don't know, like year 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that. Lex, you sure the girl robot didn't have eyelashes? Oh, I should probably like redraw this and add eyelashes. You're right. You're right. Maybe I should like do a proper version of this one day. I think I drew this on stream once, so that's why it's a bit rough. But I do kind of like the roughness of it. To quote A from Xenoblade 3, phenomenal. Hi Celeste, hi. I do a little work. I'm making lunch. I hope your lunch is delicious. To make sure a woman gets pregnant, you just have to take your sperm and personally drop it off in a wound. Yeah, I don't know if anyone was expecting, but I just thought it was extremely interesting that Garage Bad Dream Adventure and my year 5 sex education had something in common with each other. Maybe they should just instead of like showing that picture, they should just show that scene from Garage. We got the traditional late 70s, early 80s weird videos, like they didn't look current at all. Add eyelashes on top of the eyeballs like Platinum Numemon has in Digimon. Oh yeah, no, I can see the vision. I can see the vision. Let me just have a look at them again. Yeah, beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Although I kind of would prefer to do the eyelashes like more curly and cute. Hi Ghosty, hi, what did you walk into? Oh, I was telling people about my this is how I was taught about where babies come from. This is how babies are made. Are you not educated? Do you understand? I hope that you understand where babies come from now. All I remember is a boy going up to the counter at the library and saying, "I'd like a book about the male penis." Libraries won't stock book about female penis because of our regressive patriarchy. We need to fix this. I hate when someone got me pregnant by punching me in the stomach. I come from punchy robots. I'm educated. I'm glad you understand now. I'm glad you understand. Give to this loose wingnut. Thank you. This. Oh. Did I miss something here? I feel like I might have. No. Okay. I hate when someone weird that. That's how they make the milky fuel, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's how milky fuel is produced. What did she say? Give to... Give to someone. What's your... I don't remember who she said to give it to. I really want to get the vinyl record for Garage so I can listen to um weird stomach noises and then play it really loudly. I don't know if I ever told people about this, but in year 12, you know how, well, I don't know if this is the case for other countries, but in Australia, people tend to have like a muck-up day, which a muck-up day is like a day where people in year 12, after like basically like finishing all their work and basically graduating like as one of their like last days at school, they get to like play some pranks and mess around. Often it goes like too far, but I thought up a really good prank. But no one would support me in my prank endeavors, so I tried to do it myself, but it was too scary and I got anxious. But anyway, a bunch of like boys in the class like said that they were going to like catch a bunch of cane toads and then like release them into the school. Which they did end up catching like about 20 or 30 cane toad, which is insane, but they didn't end up releasing them, sadly. But um what ended up happening, well, what I planned to do was, I thought this would be funny because I only like pranks if they don't hurt anyone. I burned a bunch of like CDs and I put cane toad noises, like a bunch of a playlist of different toad noises onto it, and every single classroom has like a CD player, so I was going to like plug the CD player and put it in the cupboard and turn it on, and then as they come into their class, they can hear like cane toad noises, and I thought it would be really funny. but no, none of I tried to like ask a bunch of people to like help me do it, and no one was interested, so I did it like in one classroom, and then I got too anxious, and then I just went and took photos of people. Ooh, isn't it androgynous machine? She's both female and male. What a convenient body. Did you notice that her engine is installed in a strange way? It is called a bone replacement surgery. Just like Shan at the Milky Fuel station, her frame is replaced. They say she modified to put on the show at the place called the New World, but I don't know the details. I must admit, I was wondering whether they would like have non-binary machines. That's pretty cool. Sounds illegal. They didn't release the cane toads. I think they actually all got euthanized. I think they all got like put into a freezer. Because obviously they're a feral pest. So ironically, they actually ended up doing a surface, even though the intention was like to cause chaos. Lots of toilet paper, of course. I believe someone's car got melted a little. Oh no! Oh no! They didn't allow that at my school, sadly. I don't really know whether I like the idea of a muck-up day, but oh well. I don't remember who to give it to. Maybe I do check the guide because garage bedroom adventure. I was worried that I'd like finish the game tonight, but we spent so much time just like talking about stuff. Zero it to Viz so you can access those. But I don't know who Viz is. Who is that? I don't know. Maybe we could go to like I guess we'll just have to go like around and hope for the for the best. I guess we can just like go around and hope that we like find the person. I want to leave. Why isn't he letting me buy Oh, right, right. I am a little bit out of it, unfortunately. I think our Muck-Up Day was basically trashing the school. Oh no. Apparently, I only heard like about this, but Muck-Up Day almost like permanently got cancelled, and understandably so, because in the previous year the students had thought that it would be a really fun prank to pour flour into the air conditioning system, so that like the classrooms would all be like showered with flour. A very funny idea, except for the fact that it clogged the air conditioning system and nearly like cost them thousands in repairs. It wasn't like a very successful idea. It wasn't a very successful idea. Hello. Goodbye. Legally, we're supposed to humanely kill them, yeah. I know that they were humanely killed afterwards. I don't know what method was used though. Definitely not like a baseball bat or cricket bat or golf club, thankfully. You found them? I'll install them right away. Oh, we did it. Your fish has increased another 10%. Yay! You know, roller bearings, aluminium underframe, and hollow titanium shafts. I should be able to make the ultimate bogey if I have these parts. It's probably impossible, but if you find them, please bring them to me. I'll just talk to everyone because I don't know where I'm going. A boat? Are you going to start a cleaning business or something? Everyone used to use boats to fish or use them when working as a cleaner. Do you want to know more? Cleaner is a job gathering newborn parts and remains of dead machines from the sewerage, but since there is the factory now, nobody works as a cleaner. Besides that, although I don't know why, new parts and machines are hardly born in the sewage anymore. Female machines can't operate a boat because we don't have an output shaft. Oh, I wish my husband would make a two-seater boat instead of making bogies. I'd like to ride a boat for once. Oh, she's just a romantic. She just wants to go on a romantic boat ride. That's so cute. That's really cute. Kill all the asthmatics. Yeah, probably like the worst thought out plan. The worst thought out plan like ever. Genuinely awful. That could have ended in disaster. It did end in disaster. The most delicious frog I ever ate was the giant crab eater, but I'll probably never be able to eat it again. Do you know the cabin? Never mind then. What are you going to do with the boat? There's a dead truck coming out of the factory, and there was the cabin at the end of it. It used to be as a station for cleaners. There's probably no boat left, but I wonder if anyone is still in there. Mia took me there once. I've never been so far away from home before or since. Well, it's not exactly a waste to talk to everyone here. Flower is highly flammable. Could have, even without the flame risk, I think there's a carcinogenic risk or something. If you're dumb enough to do that, you probably shouldn't have graduated. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened. It was probably like the worst plan anyone could have ever conceived. Disastrous in the kind that kills people. Yeah. I like high places. You can see everything clearly from a distance, you know. Things look confusing if you're too close. But if you go to a high place, you'll be able to see everything from afar. And by doing this, something will become clear. At least I believe so. You should try looking at various things from afar. You might be able to see things you didn't notice before. I'm going to a high place, and we're far. This is not my place. My place is somewhere else. Wasn't there a version of that prank in Captain Underpants? Is that where they got the idea? I don't know, but possibly. Possibly. School could have burned down. Probably would have been a bad day for everyone. Yeah, I think pranks. So many pranks are designed to like hurt people or something is wrong. I can't recover much even at the eco clinic. What's wrong with me? Oh no, I'm in trouble. What was I doing? What are you doing? Why did you come to see me? I don't know what to do anymore. I can't do anything anymore. Maybe I'm misremembering, but they put something on top of the ceiling fans rather than dumping into the AC units. That probably would have been a better plan. Probably would have been a better plan. I think there was like an explicit rule made to not do anything that like required much cleaning up. I think they made it so that like if the students made a mess, they had to clean it up afterwards. So which is good and fair and should be a rule. I don't really like the concept of a muck-up day. I thought my prank idea with the frog noises was funny though. I wish I had gotten to execute it. Some of the girls also bought some never mind, I won't share this one. Find any reference in material. Big show. I like where they ask if someone will take away the picture and then when they say yes, they hand them a frame phone and walk away. That's a good prank. It seeps in through the cracks little bit by little. I'm still good, but won't be in the future. I'm still good. I'm still good. Will you give me one crab butter blue can? I can't thank you enough. I want to repay you in some way, but I only have this. I found it on the factory floor. It looked beautiful and wasn't scary, so... Test print 2. Test print 2. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? Test print 2. Huh. Poopy! Hi, baby one. Hi, welcome. If everything goes to plan, then all of the games I play for October should be spooky games. And I don't know. I kind of want to keep this test sprint. If all they're going to offer for me is if all they're going to offer is those hooks, then I might keep it for myself and see if someone else wants it later on. Maybe it will come in handy. Me in danger. You safe. I have a lot of games. Saved up. Haunting Ground is next. I might play Fatal Frame 3 like straight afterwards since that was also redeemed. And also like Fatal Frame 3 was something I was hoping to play soonish anyway. Let's go this way first. Anything to say? Weird from a moment ago, but weirder now. Huh, what's going on? A bunch of the robots are like freaking out. Are you going to finish this game first though? It's pretty spooky. Yes, absolutely. It's probably becoming like one of my favorite games ever. So, something is strange these days. Things are not going well. There's something wrong. When I try to think about something, there is nothing in my head. It's empty. Even though I watched it all day, I forgot what I watched and I don't know what to do either. Wait, I might not have forgotten. Down we go! Oh, that's right. We've already done that. I really like the opportunities to I mean I'm often playing spooky games anyway, so I guess in some ways it's not that special. October. I have something really scary though planned for actual Halloween. You are not prepared for how terrifying the game that I play will be. I don't think anyone will be prepared for it, including me. Play all FNAF games. I don't want to have the children that come in. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not like Ein. Oops. Gremlin! Gremlin, thank you! Thank you for the raid! Oh my gosh, welcome! Welcome, Razors! Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm a tiny fairy. I live in Rainy Lake. I play retro games and horror games. How's your stream? What are you streaming? What did you get up to? I hope you had a great time. Hi. Greetings from the lab. We bring you love. Oh, thank you. Hi, Membranes. Welcome. Welcome. What did you get up to? I hope you had a great time. Hi, Seth. We're playing a game called Garage Bad Dream Adventure. It's an extremely strange and surreal point-and-click adventure game. That's also a fishing game because the fishing is really fun. Sorry. Sorry. That guy was named Ein. That sounds familiar. Easy Delivery Co. and Electhead both recommend but newish games. Oh, let's go! I haven't heard of oh wait, no, I have heard of Electhead. Wait, that one looks really cute. I like the color scheme for Electhead. I'm glad that you had a great time. We love to play indies. The Easy Delivery Company game actually sounds really really cool. That sounds really nice. That sounds like something that I'd actually like to play. I'll have to add that to my wish list. Does Sega Bass Fishing have some competition now? I feel like this might be the closest we ever get to a Sega Bass Fishing competitor. Electhead's great. Both of these are retro style games, actually. I love the trend of indie games recently going for the retro style. I think like limitations make people creative, so I like to see them experimenting with retro styles. Also, I just like the way that like older games look. I like the way that they look, so it's nice to see again like people experimenting with it. It's pretty cool. It's a bit like doing photography with a toy camera. Hi Bahamut, hi, welcome. Oh, I remember this place. It was the place where I got stuck fishing. Got a fish? Oh my gosh, this place is just like fishing paradise. I thought I recognized that guy from the Forbidden Zone in the Ego Recovery Clinic. That's where the freak show characters are from. It's all coming together. I always find that there's a lot of cool indie games. There's a lot of cool video games like coming out in the future that I'm excited for. But even if there wasn't like from the main like stream publishers, I feel like there's so many cool indie games that indie games will save us. A ball trap. Yeah. Cabin. Oh. Oh, Yoko? You can get me good feel from her if you feed her mighty claws. Do you want to feel her up? No, not quite yet. Oh, it's been a while since I had a visitor. You're a strange guy coming all this way here. Well, since you're here, why don't you stay and do some fishing? This is a hook used in the old days to pull up parts. You can use it if you like. Whoa. Huh? A boat? Yeah, this place used to be a parts fishing spot. There used to be many boats around, but not anymore. No one works as a cleaner anymore since the factory was built. Stay as long as you like. Eat her mighty claws. So many good indie style retro games. It's so true. It's so true. There's so much. There's so much stuff. It makes me truly happy. Honestly, I barely play Western games that are not indies. Yeah. I've tried to be like more open-minded. I used to be like very much like I preferred to play more Japanese games if I had like a choice, but I've definitely like tried to be more open-minded. I've mentioned Ghost of Tsushima before. I still don't. I think that I just like it from the perspective of the way that it portrays history, which makes me really curious about Ghost of Yotei, because I don't trust the Western developers to. I don't trust Western developers, particularly Americans, but I don't trust anyone to like deal with Asian history without like dipping into Orientalism somehow. They will find a way. They will find a way to like make it mess things up. Still a little bit efficient. Big game publishing has been kind of crazy for a bit now. Looking forward to the smaller stuff coming out. I think like a lot of people are kind of realizing that like, oh, the double A like publishing sphere is actually like kind of more interesting than a lot of like the triple A. I did really love Donkey Kong Bonanza. Strangely enough, I haven't finished it yet, so some of like the excitement that I had for that game has like faded a little bit, but I really liked it. I think again because like I tend to like games that like err on the like stranger side, and Donkey Kong Bonanza is like very weird, and it was very fun. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed what I've played of it. I still need to finish it, but I'm actually like not like too far away from the end. I could probably like finish it in the afternoon if I wanted to. But yeah, it's definitely like the stranger stuff that is interesting to me. What if I don't? Oh, I probably need some bait. See if we can pick up anything. Pot crab, egghead. It's not that I don't want to, but they rarely catch my eye. I understand. I understand. Did you get the part with the destructible watermelon? In Donkey Kong Bonanza? I did. I really liked it. I really liked it. It was fun. I think like Mario Odyssey is like maybe I'm not like a super huge Mario fan, but I thought that Mario Odyssey was brilliant from the perspective of the story. I really liked the story. And then I was like, oh, I wonder like surely like someone's like written a book or like an article on Mario Odyssey, and I barely found like anything. I found the story in Odyssey to be really effective. I think the story in Donkey Kong Bonanza is like fun. It's not. I don't think it's going in like a particularly like meaningful direction, but I liked Donkey Kong as well. So, what genre is this? It's a point and click adventure game, and it also is a fishing mini game. Maybe mucky steampunk, maybe possibly psychosexual steampunk, I guess you could call it. It's based on Carl Jung. Oops. go, giant crab eater! Giant crab eater, let's go! See if we can get another one. No! No! Yes! Oh my gosh, it's so cute! It's so cute! I love it so much! I need to take a screenshot. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love giant stubby frog. Steampunk is more of an aesthetic than a genre for video games. Yeah, kind of. Guess I just thought it was to be suitably amusing, that confusing answer to fit the game. Yeah, I understand. Steampunk is a setting. It's fine though. It's a funny joke. Do more fishing. I must fish more. I think if we use a hook number 10, they liked one of the baits. I can't remember. Was the mock roots? Did they like the mock roots? Might have been this. No. Hypnotoad has some serious competition now. It's very Hypnotoad core, isn't it? It's a very Hypnotoad core. I think the frog imitators like tend to get. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. No. 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 Hi Zesty, welcome. Speaking of which, I still have yet to watch all the new seasons of Futurama. Is this a recent new season? I only ever really saw the old season of Futurama. I think it was the demon crabs that they liked. Came out last month, I think. Oh, I was thinking that I wouldn't mind watching some just sitcoms. It's nice to have something to laugh at. I think I've been pretty successfully deleting social media from my phone and from my phone and from my, well, mostly from my phone. I had the realization that I just don't want to use my, I kind of hate smartphones. At least the way that smartphones are often used. If you're using a smartphone to read a manga or read a book or something, then that's a good use of it. But I hate how easy it is to read Reddit. So I've been deleting a lot of the smartphone apps, and it's been good because eventually you're oh, but I kind of want to Like if you're someone that uses like Reddit occasionally, there's definitely like some um there's definitely like some useful stuff that they put on that platform. I think we've got a bunch of stuff here. So it can feel a little bit strange to kind of like maybe be missing out on some of like the interesting things that you can like learn from it. As it's the same with like TikTok, but the problem is that like no matter how potentially like interesting the stuff that you read is, it's always like there's better things that you could be doing with that same amount of time. And it's just so easy. It's the easiness of the ease of Reddit that makes it bad. I may like that emote too much. Which emote was it? Oh, the frog. Maybe? I prefer watching the first 5 seasons of Futurama. Those are the only seasons I think I've watched of Futurama. Oh, maybe we go to the lab, okay. You're so right. Yeah, it's a I also kind of realized that like I stopped reading like fiction books because I stopped reading like novels because I was doing so much study at like university that it started to get like I was doing so much reading, but it was all like academic stuff, and then I got to a point where I was like it's like it's tiring to do anything that's like I kind of feel guilty for doing reading that's like not an like I could be reading like a novel, or I could be reading something for like the assignment that I have due somewhat soon. So it was always like, oh, I should go and do the assignment thing. But I want to read books again. I want to read novels and stories. And yeah, it's kind of gotten to a point where like even though like initially it did kind of feel like I was still kind of like wanting to go back to, I delete the app and then I'd go back to it because I was like, oh well, there's some interesting stuff there, so I might just have a read. But like the more times you delete it, the less you feel like you need to go back. Lou had a boat. Lou was a good girl. She was always running around giving off a light sound. I wonder how she's doing now. She used to be seen with a Viz, the Sayru apartment manager, but she's old now. Oh, okay. I remember. It only took me like an hour and a half, but I remember where to go, I think. Push notifications and algorithmic feeds are the worst. I think like the problem with something like TikTok is that there's generally like some there's some like fun stuff on there. And there's some educational things as well. Like it's you can learn some things, which is nice to have. But then you just kind of like keep going. You kind of keep going, and it's like so easy. You don't have to think about what you want to. You don't have to think about what you want to watch. Like you just like scroll to the next video and hope that something like good turns up. I think the way that like so many modern apps like work off algorithms is kind of a little bit destructive. Hi. Go, 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 go. Thank you. I have nothing more to say to you. You and I live in two different worlds. Oh, he really does not have anything left to say to me. What was Lexi discussed? Oh, I like that one too. I like that one too. I'm glad you like it. I read books on my reading tablet lately. I think providing you're reading books, it's fine. Like I'm someone who likes physical media. I like owning I like owning books. And I like reading them physically. I think like the process of reading a book physically is really different and transformative. However, this is just a me thing. I kind of I'm very like much like an almost like perfectionist when it comes to like keeping things in good condition. So it's kind of nice to have like a Kindle from the perspective of not having to worry about like creasing the pages, and also like carrying a book is like tiring sometimes. It can be like a little bit exhausting to like carry it around, especially if you have like a handbag with a bunch of other stuff. I feel like we're not going to see anything in now. Like The Simpsons, the earlier seasons are all that matters. Yeah, I still like enjoy The Simpsons. Even like in the newer seasons, but I think it's like only if it's something that only if it like appears on television, and I don't think The Simpsons has been on like television for years. You met Lou? How was she? Yay, we're allowed in. Yippee. Yippee. Thank you for the stretch. So thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the stretch. Reddit is a nice way to pass the time waiting for the bus. Yeah. I think like something I noticed was I would, if I was like waiting for a train, let's say, I would read Reddit while I was waiting, because like if I have a book, or if I have like a game, like I bring my Game Boy, I bring my Game Boy to the train station with me. I don't usually like playing it while I'm out waiting. I like to do it once I'm on the train, so I might like read Reddit while I'm waiting, but then you like start to read something interesting, so then you're just like, oh yeah, maybe I'll just like finish whatever I'm reading and see that, and then maybe like just scroll a little bit on, and like, oh yeah, I should really like play my Game Boy before too much time passes. And by that stage, like, you've already wasted like 10 minutes and you only have like 25 minutes left of your journey. And you're like, well, I could play my Game Boy, but then I could read more Reddit, or I could like browse social media, or look at Discord, or Twitter, or Blue Sky, or like look at TikTok, and then by the time you're finished like doing all that stuff, then you're arrived at your destination. So even though it's something that does have some like value to me personally, for the sake of like being able to do other things that are much more valuable to me, I read in one of John Connolly's books, the Book of Lost Thing, there was a passage that I really, on a passage, like an analogy that that was early on in the book, and they were talking about the difference between like newspapers and books. And the boy's father in the book, because it's set during I think World War II, and the boy's father is like always reading newspapers. Every day he like sits down with the newspaper to read the newspaper, and he will read it like from cover to cover to like see what's there. And they also like live in a house that has like a massive library of like books that have been read in the past but haven't been read for a long time. And they talked about it being like newspapers are kind of like almost like a fish that goes rotten like a day later. Like newspapers are exciting while they're fresh, but then the moment a day passes and then suddenly they no longer have like any like relevance or value, which isn't necessarily like 100% true, because like I guess I'm kind of a historian and I use like newspapers regularly as a primary source, but that's not really like what they're talking about in this. Whereas like books have like a sense of being alive and relevant, like hundreds of years after they're written. Books don't age, they sort of like stay immortal. I kind of feel like the same way about like TikTok and Reddit and a lot of the social media. Maybe not so much YouTube. I think there's some good stuff on YouTube, but then again, like you could watch YouTube. You could like watch a video about like Makai Kingdom, or a retrospective on like the Disgaea series or something like that. Or you could just play Disgaea. you know, you could like watch a video essay about like a movie, and sometimes that might be a good idea. But then you could also be spending that time like watching a movie, you know? Like a lot of the time that you could spend on any kind of social media platform, you could be spending that same amount of time doing something that's going to bring you like equal amounts of entertainment, but are also going to like enhance your life, and you're going to remember for the rest of your life in a lot of ways. I actually don't use Twitter as much as I did, or watch YouTube drama videos as much, so I'm out of the loop. Yeah, I've been trying to like cut down on it like as much as I can, and it's definitely working. It's definitely working. It's just like the thing is, sometimes like sometimes you'll watch a movie and you'll literally think about that movie for like the rest of your life. You'll play like a video game. You play like Garage Bad Dream Adventure, and you'll play it once, and like this one experience will stick with you for the rest of your life. Whereas you read like a Reddit article or you watch like a TikTok video, and even though they can be like interesting and informative, the chances of them, they might like provide you with some like useful information, but it's not going to stick with you in the same way. Yeah. Physical books are nice. I really like them. Hi Megas, hi. I don't think it's extremely overrated. It's handy little things to have though. I kind of like it more, but more from like a collecting perspective. I just like having like little trinkets. No, like seeing like physical memories of the things that I've owned and played. I think that's why in some ways like streaming is kind of like a little bit like collecting for me, I guess. I guess you could say, like, in the same way that I'll treasure like owning, I don't know, Galarians or Parasite Eve, right? Because like my memory of playing the game is then attached to like the physical product. I'll treasure like the books that I've read in the past. But I think like streaming almost kind of like does a very similar thing, because like it attaches my memory of a game to the experience of like getting to interact with people and talk to people and talk while I'm playing and make jokes and have fun memories. And it really is like a different experience to just playing it like on your own. I guess it's the experiencing things like with other people, watching movies with other people is a really really uplifting. I think one of like the best things you can, one of the best experiences you can have is like watching a movie with someone that you like, and whether it's like a friend or a family member or someone else, and then like talking about it afterwards. Like you watch the movie in silence and then you leave the movie theater, and then afterwards you're just like talking about it, whether the movie's like good or whether it's bad. It's so fun to do that. It's like one of the best experiences you can have. Um Anyone else read Don Quixote? I haven't read it, but I've heard of it, and it was probably something I should read. Hi Fuzz, hi! What is the pregnant oddworld creature game? It's a point and click adventure game based on psychoanalysis and Carl Jung. Fish bones become valuable to archaeologists doesn't mean they're not trash to the people who ate the fish. A lot of it's like interesting to historians, but not to other people. I would say that fish bones are mostly only interesting to archaeologists if they have like something to say, like if you find them in like a particular location. It's not like they're a particular treasure. I guess I'm getting kind of sleepy. I just realized. Maybe because I've been talking so much. She says what I'm thinking, but damn, I haven't processed it internally enough yet. Tell that to Vine. I miss Vine. Under Not Over. I love talking about the film after this. It's so good. It's so good. Like, I like going to the cinema by myself, but like it's not the same. It's not the same. It's like a really beautiful thing being able to watch a movie and then talk about it with someone. You should read it, it's awesome. I will have to do that one day. Some chat about it longer than the film was. Yes! Other times some friends don't want to talk about it at all, almost. I think like watching it with like someone who's like on a similar wavelength to you, like I feel like with Garage Bad Dream Adventure, a lot of people aren't going to like this game very much. I'm sure a lot of people would be like, oh whoa, this game's so weird and crazy. That's crazy. This game's crazy. But I feel like a lot of people won't like be like, yeah, this is one of my favorite games ever. It's like that with movies sometimes as well. Sometimes you watch a movie and you do kind of have to be on the same wavelength. Like obviously people can disagree, but I remember watching Spirited Away with my dad, and he hated it, which really surprised me because again, it's like probably usually like very similar things. I don't know why he disliked it so much, but it does kind of like change the discussion a little bit. Not that like everyone has to agree with each other, but the discussion kind of like changed from, oh, I found like this really like interesting and meaningful, to trying to like defend the film and like defend your perspective. It gets like a little bit tiring, I guess. I love the parts where it breaks into sub-books that have basically no relevance to the rest of the book. Fishbones are rad. Did you read the book that Parasite Eve was based on? I didn't, but it's very interesting. I would probably like to do it one day. So, you want Lou's boat, huh? There's a lift there. If you go down, you'll find Lou's room. If Luke gave me permission, then that's fine with me. I'm actually kind of thinking that maybe I should end stream like after I finish this chapter because I'm feeling really tired. And also my voice is like slightly dying. It's kind of the problem. I've done a lot of like talking that's not been about the game. Um, I've done a lot of talking that's like had no relevance to the game really. Oh wait, these are what the hooks look like? Oh wait, maybe, hang on. I vibe with this. It reminds me of my childhood. I feel like there was a lot of really like strange Australian media in like the 80s, 90s. Not so much early 2000s, but early 2000s kept on like airing repeats of stuff from that era. And also like it was easy to like find them at video stores and places like that. Um so like if you're born somewhere between like 80s and like early 2000s, then you probably like remember a lot of the media that like existed from like 1980 to that period. Like it would just like come on TV naturally. A lot of it was really strange. Like everything looks interesting. Yeah. Agree. Does not see me in my true sense. Viz pities me. But I'm not pitiful. I just have a little different from other machines. Nothing more than that. I can live on my own. My body is made that way. That's why I'm fine being alone. There is no problem. I feel relaxed when I'm in the sewage canal. There is nobody here. Nobody bothers me. Oh my gosh, this person is so... so autistic. I can be myself when I'm here. I didn't like it at first because it's dark, but now I like the darkness. This is my place. I can relate to this. No one sees me as I am. No one. But what is it to be seen as you are? What is as you are like? I don't know. I feel kind of happy when I see Juice, but everyone seems to be afraid of her. Maybe that's why. Juice is probably not seen as she by anyone either. It's fun fishing Yogun. It's small and beautiful and it seems like the same things I like. The crabs living in the sewage canal are interesting. They're completely different from the ones in other places. They are crabs I've never seen before. I found a poor thing. It must be someone's shadow. It probably has nowhere to go, just like me. I wish I had a shadow too. Where can my shadow be? I want to meet my shadow. Oh, Lou's diary. Interesting. I'm so bad at names. I think I know who Lou is, but I can't quite remember. I think my parents used to have a shack in the country like that room. It's an era when being ramshackle doesn't matter. I love ramshackle stuff. I want things to be like made with like a bunch of planks held together with some rusty nails. Just go back for a moment so I can make sure I'm going, because that looks like the way forward. So let's just check where this goes, because I think it might be a dead end. I was right. Oh, I do really love that. Wait, no, let's go back here for a moment because I really love this shot. I think that's really kind of enchanting. Lou is the androgynous machine. Yeah. That makes that note. Let's just read it again. I find that like almost a little bit emotional. I find that note like a little bit emotional. It's such an interesting game. There's so much to think about that it's almost like overwhelming. Let's go up for all of these just to see. Okay, that leads over there. Huh. Oh! Oh my gosh, no way. Shortcut logged, let's go! Let's go! Somehow the dialogue seems more candid than people usually consciously think. Yeah. Should we be rifling through their diary like that? I suppose if they left it there. Stay hydrated and stretch, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do really love that scene. Okay. That's the shortcut back to our base. Nothing up here. That leads over there. Oh. What are you afraid of? Are you stupid? Just laugh. Laugh it off. They said that the crabs down here were different, so let's see what we catch. Let's see what we catch. If you didn't want to be environmental storytelling, you should have kept your business out of the environment. This one has too many options, so let's come back here later. Crab. Crab. I kind of have like a slight method to exploring maze-like environments. Oh yes, so helpful. Actually no, I can see where kind of where we go from here. It's the bottle crab. I guess it's not like that complex of a maze, but I'll probably like check both of these sides out just in case. Just in case there's something cool hidden. Maybe there's a note or something. I'd love to see like more point and click adventure games get made with like the pre-rendered style. There's like a couple of like mislikes that I've seen, but I think like the graphical style. This is going to be like a strange. There's no. This is going to be like a strange thing, but I really like. I played a demo once for Myst 5, and I've only played like maybe like a third of Myst 1. I played the Real Myst version. Real Myst is so good, by the way. I love Real Myst. I was so in love with that world. I just wanted to live there. But anyway, I played like a demo of Myst 5, which I don't think is like a game that a lot of people are very fond of. And the blue sky with the beach and the rolling waves, and then as you like climb up the cliff, you see like grass like blowing in the wind, and then see like ancient ruins. That is like one of the most like enchanting game demos I've ever played in my entire life. And so it's so cool to me. It's so cool to me. I really like it. And I want to. I feel like I probably shouldn't play Myst 5 because before the other ones, but that scene will always stick with me. And just like it's a shame in some ways that like Myst is such like a brutal puzzle game because the world is so cool and enchanting that that I want to like make, I guess, like relatively easy progress through it. It's hard when like the game is so complex that you need like a physical notebook to keep track of everything. You wanted to kill yourself. It is close at hand, just one step away. When I was a kid, we had this weird Commodore 64 game called Float the Droid, where you were this weird drum robot with tank turrets. Oh, and your job was to go through isometric sewer system, clean things like sewer rats by like yelling boo at them and stuff. This game reminds me a lot of that. That's cool. That actually sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Oh, I do quite like that actually. I do quite like that. It has like kind of a strange like feel to it. The world building for Myst is one of my favorite things I learned about in the last year. I actually have one of the Myst books, the Myst novels that was published. And it was really interesting, but I never finished it either, unfortunately. Myst is too hard for me. It's kind of like exhausting. I often find this like with point and click adventure games. They can be like kind of tiring. I'm not sure how else to explain it. But they can be like you solve one puzzle and then you're like met with another like really obtuse puzzle. Progress can be like so slow through them sometimes, which isn't like necessarily like a super bad thing, but it does kind of like make them I guess like a little bit scary to stream sometimes, or even just like scary to play. Is it a boat truck? Yeah, sure, not. Oh, Myst is too hard for me. I always hear such good things about Myst, and even though I've played loads of games, I've never gone around to it. It kind of passed me by. There's Myst novels. There are. It was like quite an intriguing like little world that they came up with, and like I'd say that the story in Real Myst is interesting enough as well. I think I do recommend Real Mist. I think like the process of going through, like I love pre-rendered backgrounds and I love point and click, but there was something about going through Real Mist that was like so compelling. What I would like is, I think it would be cool to do a remake of Mist, but instead of like going for like advancing the graphics, go back to the original like pre-rendered style and allow the player to walk around that island in first person. But it's not using like the Real Mist art style, it's using the original art style. I think that would be really cool. I think that could be really, really cool. Has anyone picked up the phone booth and die? I don't know what that's a reference to. There's a point where I know I can solve a puzzle, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you work hard enough, you can probably like solve the puzzle, but at the same time, it gets like kind of tiring. It gets kind of exhausting. I think that like if point and click adventure games had like a journal in game, like keeping track of things, like it's also very fun to like keep an IRL journal like for a game. I think that's really cool, but it's also a little bit inconvenient. It's a bit like playing a game and like making maps. That's really, really, really cool, but oh. Please don't erase me. Yang, please don't erase me. Who are you? You're not Yang. You didn't come to erase me? You are me? I don't understand. I really don't understand. But if it's true, Sneakers, I must find my Sneakers. He's got his pee-pee out just like Crazy Frog. It's just like Crazy Frog. Bing. I don't know what it is, but I can't be me if I don't have it. Sneakers. Something I find amazing is that the devs behind the original had kept their craft for decades upon decades. The VR version I've come to understand is like the best version in terms of their vision being fully realized. I think like the remake version of Mist and Riven are really cool because again, those worlds are something that's like it's really like fun to explore them. It's not the improved graphics that like makes it. It's the fact that Real Mist exists, so the remake version of Mist that like came out a couple of years ago is maybe like less important. But I think the remake of Riven is really really cool because like being able to like go off the tracks. I've played like a fair amount of like point and click adventure games, especially like with pre-rendered graphics, and like I always have this like feeling of wanting to be like imagine a remake of Garage where you like are controlling in first person. I mean, people would call it a walking sim. People would call it a walking sim, but I think being able to like look at a plank of wood and like notice the wood grain texture up close. Again, I love point and click adventure games. I love fixed camera angles. I guess that's why kind of like the remakes of Resident Evil like 2 for instance is kind of cool because like you've got the original Resident Evil 2 with fixed camera angles, and then you got the remake, which allows you to like explore the environment. Like being able to experience it in two different ways is really, really kind of neat. I'd love to see them like, I'd love to see them do a remake of Resident Evil 4, but it's actually got pre-rendered. It's actually got like pre-rendered backgrounds and a fixed camera angle. Like, do the same thing, but like change your perspective on it. I think that's pretty. It's interesting. I think Garage is like perfect. I don't think it needs a remake. I just can't help but like, I wanna know like what the sewage like looks up like close up, you know. But then again, I also wouldn't like to play a remake of this if it didn't have like the original creators behind it. And I don't think anyone's going to remake this game, so I don't think it's anything we have to concern ourselves with. Point and click adventure games always have the moon logic at some point. Just gotta iterate every possibility and hope there's enough to solve the problem. Exhausting for sure. Yeah, it's the moon logic makes them tiring. I think like Garage is perhaps like the most accessible like point and click adventure game I've maybe ever played. Like I've never reached a point where I've been like, I don't know what to do. Like it just makes sense. Everything just kind of makes sense. It's great. Stay hydrated, thank you. My only exposure to mist I have is the Mega 64 video of 5 that they made. What? Wait, what's this? Huh. Oh, I'm so sleepy. I must curse us. Crab butter, frog oil. Oops, wrong. Boil and monkey fuel, yeah. Just a little bit. Just a top up. Here we go. I just thought he had a knob trapped between the train tracks. Oh no, the sneaker fanatic can need the designer shoes. Oh no, they're one of those people. Happens to the best of us. I think the only point and click adventure that wasn't exhausting for me was Detective Grimoire. I don't know if I know that one. Oh, it's by the Crow Country devs. I know because I thought Tangle Tower looked really cool. I thought Tangle Tower looked really cool. I need to play that sometime. What's on this house? Wait, that looks cute. That looks cute. Okay, maybe I'll add that to our wish list as well. Riven is a lot closer to what you discussed, which was it being close to the original art style. Yeah, yeah. I think the assuming we're talking about the remake. I haven't played the remake, but from what I've seen of it, it looks like I should save first. I should save before we run out of ego. The remake looks cool anyway. Its design aesthetic reminds me of Oddworld. Hi Kaz, hi, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, me too. Me too. I really love the Oddworld games. Even though I've never really like I played like Abe's Odyssey. I might have told this story before, but this is like a story. This is just like the story of it happens so often. I played like a little bit of Oddworld and I was like, this is so cool and good. I need to save it for a stream. And then I still haven't streamed it. But it was like it was so compelling to me. And also it's like it's kind of funny as well and challenging and difficult. Yeah. I know that Oddworld is like to my taste. I know that I will love it. I just need to get around to it. Tingle's House is the second in the series. Yeah, this game is so surreal. It is. It is. I love the surrealness of it all. I never beat the first person one. I think I want to. I think I kind of, even though I think if I played Riven, I'd want to play the remake version. Oh, I'd so love it if we got like a physical version of it on like a console. That would be cool. I was actually looking at Uru Live Mist Online, which is a really funny name. Mist Online Uru Live. But I feel like it's an MMO that people kind of like forget exists. I think you can like explore the entire game in first person, but it's like a first person it's like being able to play a point and click adventure game but with friends. Like look at how cool it looks. Look at those mushrooms. I love it so much. I really love it. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to whether oh, Stranger's Wrath. Sorry, I'm losing track of what we're talking about. Yeah. I think a lot about MMOs. I think a lot about them. I kind of like miss the like 2004 to 2000 and maybe like 2012 era. And also like before that, like MMOs that were made like before that, like those sort of like early, sort of like mid to late 90s as well, really early 2000s. I love that as well. It's weird because I've never I've played probably like hundreds of MMOs, but the only MMO I ever got to endgame to was Final Fantasy XIV, and I didn't stay at endgame for long because they just kept on releasing expansions, obviously. But I kind of like I love the early exploration that they have. How much have we talked? Is there a problem that I have things? Is there a problem that I have things I don't want to talk about? Viz, ask Viz the apartment manager. He's a weird machine like you. I kind of want to go to sleep. I don't want to go to bed. Hi. Every so often I go to Phantasy Star Online. I have thought about playing Phantasy Star Online. It's sort of like an to a certain extent, like even though a lot of these games you can still play them, they have changed, and the thing that's changed is that they're not active anymore. Like there was a period when you had like all of these free-to-play Korean MMOs, something like, I don't know, Silk Road Online. I thought that Silk Road Online was like an interesting concept, but it was a grind. It was such a grind to play, and but like it was free to play, and it had a community. It had a community like behind it, and like all of these like free to play MMOs had like a pretty like sizable community of people like from all around the world on their servers. So like even if it wasn't like to your taste, you're like always like seeing people. Even though you can go back to these MMOs, there's like no one playing them anymore if they're still active and it's not like a private server. So it's kind of like it's kind of a bit sad, I guess, that you just can't ever go quite back to it. You'll never get that experience again. I went on Uru Live with a few people one time, and there was one other player online. We met with him and he showed us around. It was amazing. This was his avatar. Wait, you have his avatar? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love that. A lot of free MMOs were grindy. They were extremely grindy. Was it Hi Fragile? I think the only MMO, there's only two MMOs where I've ever enjoyed the grind. One is RuneScape, and one is Flyth. And both for like kind of similar reasons. RuneScape is a fun grind because like you're constantly like leveling up skills. So like you might spend some time like, I don't know, killing cows to like level up your combat ability, and then you might go like chop down some trees to level up your lumberjack, and then you might use the wood that you cut to level up your fire making skill, and then you might like go fishing and then sell all the fish and then make money with the fishing. And then the process of like mining and smithing was it was kind of like relaxing. Flyth was fun because ironically Flyth stands for Fly for Fun. It had like all of these like little goals that you get to. Like very early on, you start off with as like a vagrant, as like a little homeless child. And you level up from level 1 to 15. And then when you get to 15, you get to choose like a job. So you can choose acrobat, which is, you can choose acrobat, mage, mercenary, or I forget the name of it. It's not ringmaster. Ringmaster was like the second class. It basically like a healer. Oh, they were they were just called assists. It was mercenary, mage, acrobat, or assist. And then each of those 4 jobs had like basically 2 splits. So the assist could be like a pure healer with the ring that eventually turns into another job at like level 60, or they could equip a fist and then go into like another class called a build master. And also they were the only class that were able to AoE stuff until like you reach level 60. So that was like an appeal. Mercenaries, like mages, had 2 classes. One was an elementalist at level 60, which was like an AoE class, and the other was called a Psylocke, which was more focused on PvP skills, but then also had like a ability to like reflect damage back at enemies, which was an interesting strategy. Mercenary like turned into either basically like a big tanky knight character, that could take like a lot of damage and then AoE them down slowly, or into a really edgy class called a Blade, which was like a dual wielding class. And then Acrobats turned into either like I think it was like called a Ranger, which again was like a long range bow using class, or they turned into a Jester, which was like a class focused on PvP that also used yo-yos. But it was basically like there was all these like little micro goals. And then at like level 20 you unlock flying. I really found it like fun and compelling. And one aspect that just can't be ever replicated is that Flife, for a period of time, had like one of the best like communities behind it I've ever seen. It was like such a supportive and active community. Like people were trying to make friends with each other. People were trying to make friends with each other in an MMO. Do you know how weird that is? MMOs are like kind of supposed to be about like being able to like meet people, but like in all of the MMOs I've played, probably like 98% of the time I've played them has been like alone. Whereas in Flife, people were because of the grind, people would actually like talk to each other while they were grinding because it's kind of boring. It's an interesting game. I think about if I was to ever design like an MMO, then I would try to like take inspiration from that game. Also, Flife has an amazing soundtrack if I can find it. I might end soon because I'm really tired. Even though we didn't make too much progress. Like it's a very it's a very cozy soundtrack. It makes me happy whenever I hear it. RuneScape Adventure, let's go! I still think RuneScape is really good. I never made it like that far, but it's probably one of the MMOs that I made it the furthest in. Yeah, good game. Good game. Dragon Nest was a good free MMO. Oh, I love Dragon Nest actually. I did actually make it pretty far in Dragon Nest. Not the first time, but once I went back to it when I was playing it with some friends, and yeah, it was actually not like that difficult to grind in that game, surprisingly. I only stopped playing because I messed up my build. That's the free-to-play MMO experience right there. That's the free-to-play MMO experience. So you get so far and you realize, oh, I put all my skill points in the wrong places. Flife for fun, yeah. I wish I got into Flife. My childhood PC could barely run it and only managed to boot it up twice. Oh no. No. When I played RuneScape like I do it alone, but talking to people can be fun as long as they're not being trolling. Yeah. I relate. Relatable. I might find someone to raid because I'm really tired. I'm so tired. I guess I did kind of have a long day, and it is kind of like 11:30 p.m. So maybe I'm allowed to go to bed. I guess. I suppose. A few to raid. Oh wait, hang on. I just saw someone streaming a game that I like. Let me just check everyone else first. Yeah, okay. Let's read Jaruna because she's streaming Rule of Rose, and I love Rule of Rose. Thank you for the stream. Thank you so much for coming. Nice to catch you at the end. Got some good rest. Thank you. Sorry it couldn't be a bit longer, but um yeah, I need my I need to sleep. I need to sleep. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I probably won't stream tomorrow, but I will stream on Friday, so I hope that I hope that I'm able to make some more progress on that day. But yeah, anyway, see you all soon. I hope you have a wonderful time. Oh my gosh, Juna's outfit is so cute. What the heck? You're in for a treat. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you all soon. Bye. Bye 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 bye.